Hey warrior, every morning you have a choice that will determine the next 24 hours of your life. Most people don't even realize they're making it. They roll out of bed, grab their phone, and let the world dictate how they feel. But there's a secret that separates those who thrives from those who merely survive, and it happens in the first few minutes after you wake up. The ancient Roman Empire Marcus Aurelius wrote in his personal journey, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. But instead of feeling defeated, he used awareness to prepare his mind of strength, not surrender. Right now, your brain is most moldable in this precious morning. Movement neuroscience prove that first thought you think literally rewire your neural pathways, setting up automatic response for the entire day. Yet most people waste this golden window scrolling through social media, absorbing other people's problem or divine strength into stress. The Stoics discovered something revolutionary. You can program your mind for success, peace, and unbreakable confidence by speaking 10 specific truths to yourself each morning. This aren't wishful thinking or fantasy affirmations, reality. Base the declaration that align your mind with how the world actually works. What if you could wake up tomorrow morning and feel genuinely excited about the ahead, regardless of what challenge awaited? What if you could face criticism, setback, and uncertainty with the kind of calm confidence that make people wonder what you know that they don't? The ancient Greeks had a word, ataraxia, meaning unshakable tranquility. It's the state of being completely at peace with yourself and your place in the world, no matter that storms rage around you. This isn't something you're born with, it's something you build one morning at a time, or the next few minutes. You are going to learn the exact words that have helped generals win battles, entrepreneurs build up empires, and ordinary people transform into extraordinary version themselves. Each phrase is designed to target a specific weakness that gives people stuck: fear, compression, lack of focus, emotional reactivity, and procrastination. But here's what separates this from everything else you tried. This principle have been battle-tested for over 2,000 years. They work in ancient Roman, they work during World War, and they work in your life today. They only question in whether you have the discipline to use them. Before we begin this transformation, I need you to do something. Press that like button to show me you're ready to take control of your morning. Drop the comment and tell me what your biggest morning struggle is. Share this video with someone who's need to hear it, and subscribe to the channel, because we are building an army of people who refuse to let life happen to them. And whatever you do, don't skip any part of this video. Each piece builds on the last. If this resonates with you, share it in the comment to get it close to your heart. I control my morning, I control my day. Number 1, I am responsible for how today feels. The moment you accept complete responsibility for your emotions, everything changes. This isn't about blame yourself for bad things that happen. It's about claiming your power to choose how your response to whatever life throws at you. Vector Marcus Aurelius, survivor and psychiatrist, discovered this truth in the most horrific circumstance imaginable. He wrote, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing's the last of human freedom: to choose one attitude in any given set of circumstances. If someone could maintain emotional control in concentration camp, you can maintain it in your daily life. Most people lie as emotional victims. Their mood depends on track, whether other people's behavior or their bank account. They wake up and immediately check their phone, letting notification determine whether they feel good or bad. This emotional salary, and it's the reason most people feel powerless in their own lives. When you tell yourself, I am responsible for how today heals, you are making a declaration of independence. You're saying that your happens, peace, and confidence aren't for sale to the highest bidder. You are claiming ownership of the one things no can ever take away from you. Your response to what happens. This doesn't mean you never feel disappointed, frustrated, or sad. It means you recognize these feelings as temporary visitors, not permanent resident. You understand that while you can't control what happens to you, have complete control over what happens in you. The Stoics philosopher Epictetus taught that we suffer not from event themselves, but from our judgment about event change. The judgment chain The suffering this morning affirmation rewires your mind to stop looking outward for emotional stability and start looking inward for emotional strength. Start each day by placing your hand on your hurt and saying these words with conviction: I am responsible for how today feels. My emotion are my choice. My peace is my decision today. I choose strength over weakness, clarity over confusion, and hope for fear. Watch what happens when you stop being a victim of your circumstance and start being the author of your emotional experience. You discover a kind of freedom that most people never even know exists. Number 2, nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. Your peace of mind is like a fortress, and you are gatekeeper. Every morning you must decide who and what get permission to enter your mental space. Most people leave their gates wide open, waiting. Every criticism, W.R. Roy, and negative thoughts march right in and set up camp. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his meditation, "You have power over your mind, not outside event. Realize this, and you will find strength." He understood that true power isn't controlling what happens around you, it's controlling what happens within you. When you declare nothing can disturb my peace without my permission, you are establishing boundaries around your inner world. You are saying that your tranquility isn't a public playground where anyone can come and create chaos. You become the security guard of your own mind. That doesn't mean you become emotional or disconnected. It means you develop what the Stoics call the discipline of desire, the ability to remain centered, regardless of external turbulence. You can acknowledge that someone said something hurtful without letting it define your day. You can recognize said back without letting it destroy your confidence. The secret is in the pause between what happens to you and your reaction to it. Their sacred space, moment where you get to choose. Most people react so fast they don't even know this space exits. But when you train yourself to find this pause, you discover your superpower. Every morning, stand in front of the mirror and speak directly to yourself. Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. I am guardian of my inner world today. I choose who and what get access to my mind. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, and not up for negotiation. Watch how differently you move through the world when you realize that your peace is entirely in your hand. You become unshakable, not because nothing bad happened, but because you learn to protect what matters most. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comment. I am guardian of my own peace. Number 3, today, I focus only on what I can control. The fastest way to drive yourself insane is trying to control things that are completely outside your power. Yet, every day millions of people waste enormous amount of mental energy worrying about other people's opinion, the weather, the economy, politics, and 1,000 other things they can't influence. Epictetus taught the fundamental Stoics principles: something are within our power while other are not. He divided all of existence into 2 categories: what you can control and what you can't. Master this distribution and you master your life. What can you actually control? Your efforts, your attitude, your words, your action. You are emotion and your decision. That's it. Everything else, other people, behavior, the past, the future, natural disaster, market crash, your boss, mood, completely outside your influence. Most people have this backwards. They spend 80% of their mental energy trying to control the uncontrollable while neglecting the things they can actual influence. They worry about what might happen next while ignoring what they can do today. They stress about what someone might think while not focusing on who they want to become. When you wake up and declare, today, I focus only on what I can control, you making a strategy decision to invest your limited mental resource where they can actual make a difference. You are choosing effectiveness over anxiety, action over worry, influence over helplessness. The Greek Stoics use a powerful exercise called the circle of control. Imagine everything in your life as exciting in one of 3 circle things you control completely, things you influence partially, things you can't control at all. Your job is to put 90% your attention on the first circle, 10% on the second, and 0 on the third. This morning, practice transformation. Everything, instead of waking up overwhelmed by all the things going wrong in the world, you wake up energized by all the things you can make right in your sphere of influence. Instead Instead of feelings powerless, you focused. Instead of scattered anxiety, your experience. Laser-like clarity, stand up, look yourself in the eye and say with conviction today, I am focused only on what I can control. I will not waste energy on. Think outside my power, my attention goes to my action, my efforts, and my response. This is where my power lives. Number 4, my worth. It's not measured by today outcomes. Your value as human being has absolutely nothing to do with whether you get the promotion, win the argument, or have a perfect day yet. Most people tie their self-worth to their daily performance like a roller coaster that never stops high. When things go well, crashing when they don't. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, advisor to empire, and one of Rome's wealthiest men, learned this lesson the hard way when he was exiled empire, and later focused to commit suicide by Nero. He discovered that external achievement are temporary, but inner worth is internal. Is wrote every new beginning comes from some other beginning, and your worth transcends any single outcome. Society program us to measure our slaves by our productivity, our bank account, our relationship status, or our achievements. We wake up things. We need to prove our worth through what we accomplished before bedtime. This is exhausting and ultimately destructive because it makes your self-esteem dependent on things that are partially or completely outside our control. When you tell yourself my worth is not measured by today's outcomes, you are breaking free from the performance trap. You are declaring that our value is inherent, not earned. You excited before today challenge, and you exist after today victories or defeat. Your essence isn't up for negotiation based on temporary circumstance. This doesn't mean you stop trying or crying about result. It means you separate your effort from your identity. You can pursue excellence without typing your self-respect to whether you achieve it. You can be disappointed by poor outcomes without being divested. Then you can celebrate success without depending on them for your sense of value. Ancient Stoics understood that true confidence comes from knowing who are at your core, regardless of what happens on the surface. They called this preferred indifferent outcomes. You prefer, but don't define your worth. Getting the job is preferred, but not getting it doesn't make you less valuable. Every morning, remind yourself of this liberating truth. My worth is not measured by today outcomes. I am valuable because I exist, not because of what I achieve today. I will give my best effort while knowing that my value it's not on trial, success, or failure. I remain worthy of love, respect, and dignity. Number 5, I will act, not just intend. The gap between good intention and actual action is where most dreams go to die. Every morning, millions of people wake up with beautiful plans. They start that business, call that friend, begin that workout routine, write that book. But by evening, they do nothing but think about doing something. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself in the morning, when thou risest unwilling, let this thought be present, I am rising to the work of a human being. He know that intention without action are just sophisticated forms of procrastination. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't talent, lack, or circumstance. It's the ability to close the gap between think and doing. While most people are preferring their plans, successful peoples, and perfecting their executive. While most people are waiting for the right moment, successful people are creating the right moment through action. When you declare I will, it not just entered, you are making a comment to become a person of action rather than of endless preparation. You are choosing to be someone who does things imperfectly rather than someone who plans things perfectly but never start. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism, it's built on a simple premise: virtue is action. It's not enough to know what right, you must do what's right. It's not enough to understand wisdom, you must live wisdom. Knowledge without action, you just entertainment. Your morning declaration creates psychologists call implementation. Your morning declaration create what psychologists call implementation. Intention, a specific plan that connects your goal to your behavior. Instead of saying on to exercise, you say I will act on my health goals. Instead of I should call my parents, you say I will act on my commitment to my family. The movement, you shift from intending to acting. Everything changes. You stop being a spectator in your own life and become the main character. You stop waiting for permission and start creating opportunity. You stop hoping things will get better and start making things better. Stand up right now and make up this commitment. I will act, not just intent today. I choose action for analysis, progress over perfection and doing over. Dreaming my intention me. Nothing without my action today I act.